Welcome to Tackle Talk Live, a show dedicated to making you a better angler. Your host, V&M General Manager Kevin Jean and Iowa Ranger Pro Staffer Steve Graff will keep you up to date on what's happening on the best lakes in the Arklatex region, with a primary focus on Sam Rayburn and Toledo Bend, two guys who have fished at a high level with Pro-Am experience with ABA, BFLs, Toyota Series, and BASS Opens. Anglers with a wealth of knowledge and willing to share. So pull up a chair, kick back, and see why so many anglers watch Tackle Talk Live. Here are your hosts, Kevin Jean and Steve Graff.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Tackle Talk Live right here on the shores of Sibley Lake, right here in Natchitoches, Louisiana. Man, we are glad to have you. Looking forward to today's show. And Kevin, we got a couple of guests on today. We're going to talk Toledo and Rayburn today.
We are, Steve. We've got the Bass Champs tournament champion Marshall Hughes is going to be on with us today. Him along with partner Cole Stewart won Bass Champs with a little over 28 pounds last weekend. Then we have the college team of Dakota Posey and Trent Buckholz. I hope I'm saying it right, Trent. If I'm not, correct me later. But they won the event on Toledo on last Friday. The college tournament had a little over 16 pounds. Friday was tough, though. That front blew through Friday.
Right.
The weights were going to be a little bit down. But, yeah, they won the college event on Toledo Bend on Friday. Anxious to kind of hear how their practice went over there. So we're going to break down both bodies of water with tournament winners from this past weekend coming up for Sam Rayburn and Toledo Bend.
I'm going to tell Kevin something he don't hear very often. I know he don't hear it at home.
Uh-oh.
You were right.
Oh, yeah.
That's something I know he doesn't hear at home. He was right in the fact it took over 25 pounds to win at Rayburn. I predicted 23 to 25 just because I thought the weather was going to hold them back. But no, I was definitely wrong.
And Steve, you had three bags over 25.
Yeah.
So, it's going to be interesting to jump into it with them. Look, we've got a big, month coming up. Well, It's always big on Sam Rayburn. There's something going on every single weekend. But you got the brand, this week, you've got the MLF Pro Circuit over there. Those guys are practicing today, several of them listening to the podcast. Then you have next week the Brandon Belt Tournament. The next week is a Toyota event. So a very, very important 3 weeks coming up on Sam Rayburn. Yeah. So we're going to hear it straight from the horse's mouth today from Marshall Hughes on how they won with 28 pounds. And a really good Bass Champs turnout for the 19 degrees at takeoff.
Yeah, a little over 200 boats in it. And by the way, Bass Champs February 12th coming up on Toledo Bend.
Yes.
So you guys that are tuned in today might get a little insight as to what these college guys did. And so we'll see exactly how they caught them. And it might apply to you because who knows what the weather's going to be like. It may be freezing cold again. It may be 70 degrees. Who knows. But either way, we're going to cover all that. We're going to talk about ABA, what all's coming up at Rayburn and Toledo Bend. And so we got all type of stuff we're going to get to today, especially the two interviews. Stay tuned with us. We're going to take a quick break, recognize a few of our sponsors. We'll be right back with our first interview.
Toledo Health is a full-service primary and acute care clinic. Nurse practitioners Jarrett Rule and Melissa Vines bring quality health care that's needed and convenient to the area. Whether it's a stomach virus or a hook in your hand, Toledo Healthcare will try and meet all your healthcare needs. Appointments available and walk-ins are always welcome. So the next time you're feeling down at Toledo Bend, stop by Toledo Healthcare, located on Highway 6, just south of Toledo Town, or you can call 318-508-5323. For all your boating needs, check out Shreveport's newest marine dealer, The Boat Shop. Raymond Kidd and his great staff will take care of all your engine repair needs or anything else that needs fixing. A certified Yamaha Mercury dealer, they carry two of the best fishing boats on the market from Sea Arc and Camus. The Boat Shop is never short on trade-ins as they're always willing and able to make you the best deal possible. Looking for great boat accessories? They're a full support Garment and Minn Kota dealer. So the next time you're in the market for a new or used boat, or maybe you just need to service the boat you have, let the Boat Shop fix you up. To learn more, call 318-402-0399 or go to ShreveportBoatShop.com. The next time you're on I-49 just south of Natchitoches, Louisiana, stop by Cypress Knee Outdoors. A store within a store, Cypress Knee is located inside 3J's four-way. Whether you need gas, food, or drinks, they have it. While you're there, check out Cypress Knee Outdoors and pick up whatever hunting or fishing tackle you need. Top name brands like Strike King, Santone, Spro, or the #1 soft plastics made, V&M. On the hunting side, they carry guns from Mossberg, Winchester, and Remington. Plus, they've got a great supply of ammunition. Let John Abram and his staff show you everything Cypress Knee has to offer. Located just 1 mile east of 127 on I-49 or call 318-238-HUNT. You're watching Tackle Talk Live, a show dedicated to making you a better angler. Now back to the guys with all the inside scoop, Kevin Jean and Steve Graff.
Welcome back to Tackle Talk Live. I'm Ranger Daiwa Pro Staffer Steve Graff, along with V&M General Manager Kevin Jean. Not just a manager, he's General Manager Kevin Jean.
Here we go.
He's the big dog over there.
Here we go.
And so if you need something, call Kevin. He'll get you whatever you need.
Yeah.
And, but anyway, on the phone, which this man, all he needs is a bank to make a deposit. You know, right now with all this money he just won, Marshall Hughes. Him and his partner over there came in with 28 pounds on Sam Rayburn. And Marshall, man, congratulations. You and your partner did an outstanding job.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So, and Marshall, I mean, you guys have been I've been watching. I've been kind of keeping a track on you and Cole and Steve. In the past 3 or 4 years, Marshall and Cole have partnered up. And actually, we had you on last year. I know y'all won Bass Champs last year. Did we have you on after that Champs?
I don't believe so.
We had you on once before. I don't remember what tournament it was. But anyway, I mean, you guys have been catching them over there. You've been catching them really well this year. I've been noticing y'all won a little team derby over there a couple weeks ago, 18, 19 pounds. Y'all have been on some good fish over there at Sam Rayburn. Last weekend was a perfect weekend to come in with your biggest string. You had 28-24 with a 10-pounder, might I add. So
that's pretty good kicker.
Pretty good kicker. So, Colt, I mean, Marshall, take us through the morning there. Takeoffs at, 19 degrees at takeoff that morning?
Yes, it was freezing cold that morning. But we took off and headed out, and we started out throwing a trap, up shallow, and we kind of beat that till about 8 o'clock or so, and it wasn't happening. So we slowly started backing out, deeper and deeper, and then finally ran into some.
Now, Marshall, when you say trap, of course, we all think of the old rattle trap. Now, there's so many versions of that on the market today. Is there one in particular that you like to throw? Like, I'm big with the Spro Aruka shad. I love the Aruka shad. The Wamiku shad that's come out by Spro is also another favorite of mine. Which one? Are you really throwing a trap, or are you throwing something equivalent to it?
Well, I like to keep it pretty simple. I throw the original rattle trap and Toledo Gold.
Yeah, there you go. Especially on them cloudy days. That gold is hard to beat.
I agree.
So started up shallow, never really got anything going. You said backing out. What are we backing out to?
We started getting off the bank more, going a little deeper.
Yeah.
I guess with it being that cold and the lack of grass, those trap fish kind of scattered out. Mm-hmm. But yeah, we just started backing our way out, getting deeper and deeper, and then finally ran into some. Now,
was you doing a yo-yo technique, or were you just reeling it back high speed?
Well, wait a minute. Did you run into them with a trap, or was it another bait? And look, Marshall,
no,
again.
No. We didn't catch a fish on a trap.
Yeah, so again, I know you're fishing Toyota. I'm pretty sure coming up. I know y'all fishing the Brandon Bell. Anything you don't want to give us, feel free to say, guys, I don't want to release that information right now. And everybody will definitely understand with the big tournaments coming up over there on Sam Rayburn.
Yeah.
But so my question is, so y'all started on the trap, never got anything going on trap. You said backed out. You didn't back out with a trap. Did we slow down to a soft plastic? What did we slow down to?
Yeah, so when we backed out, we just moved a little deeper and slowed down with the Carolina rig and a jig. Okay. And just started kind of combing through some areas.
Yeah.
Hitting spots where we caught them before and all over the place. Heck, we had one fish in the box at noon.
Wow. Oh, gosh. Wow. Was it the 10-pound? Was it the 10-pounder?
No, it was a 2-pounder.
Okay, so at noon, you guys have one fish in the box. Now take me through the rest of the day.
We we just kept moving and moving. We kind of, or at least I was kind of starting to spin out, but kind of had to take a breather and refocus and regroup. But we just started running stuff, fish 10 minutes at a spot, leave, just keep moving, and then lo and behold, they were on one of them. So
did you catch all 5 that you weighed in on one spot?
No, we did not. We didn't catch, I don't believe we caught multiple fish off a single spot. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Did you ever throw an A-rig at all in practice or on tournament day? Did you throw it at all?
I did not. I've got one in the boat, but it hardly sees water.
Yeah.
Now,
what about the depth?
They catch them, but I don't like throwing them.
Yeah, what about the depth? Were you deep? Were you, shallow? I mean, shallow like 15 foot or less, or are you deeper than that?
Yeah, we were in that 15 to no deeper than 20.
Yeah, okay.
Marshall, you guys got something figured out. Again, I'm not asking for it, but to catch 28 pounds with a 10 and not catch multiple fish in the same spot, you've got something figured out. I'm going to say that because you're not just running around the lake catching 4 or 5 pounders. I mean, even if you catch a 10, y'all had 28 pounds, so take the 10 away, you had 18 with 4. So you're at about a 4.5 pound average with the other 4 fish. So,
yes, sir.
I mean, y'all definitely have something else, something figured out there. Is it something y'all stumbled upon that day, or is this kind of how y'all been catching them all year? Start with a trap, then go with the soft plastic and the jig, or is this kind of something y'all stumbled upon that day?
The trap bite's been pretty decent for us. And it seems like it's slowly dying off, for us for some reason.
Yeah.
But the way we caught them Saturday was we hadn't been doing it, we kind of just figured it out during the day, We weren't catching them any other way, so we started doing new stuff, and that's how we caught them. You
think the trap bite's dying off? A lot of people throwing it now, and they're seeing it a lot?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think it's hot for some people, but for us, on Saturday, it wasn't working. I don't know if it was the lack of wind throughout the day or, because it was blowing that morning, so I thought they were going to eat, but.
Got you. So who caught the 10-pounder?
I did.
So, Steve, they weighed in a 10.25. Big bass was 10.26.
Oh, come on.
Now, it's hard to complain because y'all won $20,000.
We're talking drops of water here.
That is one drop of water.
Oh, man.
That is one drop of water. So, second place was Danny Isles, Brian Shook at 26.13 with a 10.26 big bass. So, I mean, but that is what it is. When you win the tournament, win $20,000, it's not that big of a deal. But that does sting a little bit for sure. Yep. So, Marshall, are y'all fishing Brandon Belt next weekend?
Yes, sir, we are.
And you're fishing Toyota, am I correct?
Yes, sir. I signed up the other day.
Oh, okay, good deal.
Well, Marshall, as far as the lake goes right now, what water temperature? What's the main temperature pretty much across the lake? Is there we in the low 50s, upper 40s? Where are we at right now?
The other day, I haven't been on the lake since Saturday, but it was, I want to say, in the low 50s to upper 40s in the backs of them creeks.
Yeah.
And then it was low 50s out on the main lake.
Yeah. And we've been getting a little bit of rain, so I don't know if it's on the rise. I hadn't checked the lake levels, but I know it's about 3.5 foot low. We ain't got enough rain to jump it up yet, but hopefully get some rain that'll bring the lake back up. Or do you want it to come back up? Would you rather stay where it's at?
You right just now? Won 28 pounds,
yeah,
Steve. He don't want to do nothing.
He probably don't want to do anything.
No, I mean, it don't matter to me, really. I like catching them out deep and 25 foot, or I like catching them with a flipping stick. It don't matter.
Yeah.
How important was brush?
Like brush piles?
Yeah.
Not important.
Not important. Okay.
That's interesting.
I don't really care to fish brush piles, to be honest.
You're fishing staging fish. Yeah.
But again, he's got something figured out.
He's got something figured out.
If it's I'm not going to go into this. But again, still not catching. I mean, not catching multiple fish in the same area and have 20 pounds. Now let's just be honest here. On Sam Rayburn, It usually goes down in about 30, 45 minutes. When somebody catches a bag like this, it's one spot, one cast, and it goes down 30 minutes. So do you say, and y'all had one fish at noon, and obviously they started biting. And how long before y'all got your 5? I mean, did it take y'all 2 hours to get your 5? The 28 pounds?
It didn't take long. I think at 1:45-ish, we had our limit.
So about
when they
a little over
on,
an hour and a half, y'all caught 5 in different spots. So
when they turned on, they turned on. I mean, you were catching them.
Good deal.
Which was strange because the wind died.
Really? Huh.
But
what about cloud cover? Was it cloudy or sunny?
It was Bluebird Day.
Really?
Yeah. All right, so let me get your predictions here, Marshall. For the MLF event this week, what will it take to make the cut, the 2-day cut, to fish on Saturday?
I would say...
To make the cut. Like in the Bass Champs, it took 16 pounds to get a check.
How many makes the cut on that? How many
there's 2.
Top 10 or...
No. The cut, just to fish day 3.
Top 30?
Well, let's change that question. What does it take to win?
Yeah.
Oh, man, I don't know. I would say
4-day event. 4-day event.
I would say 21 to 22 a day, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
you got
that's
the average.
40. That's 88-ish. So
You got to come in with a 24, 25-pound bag, at least probably once.
well, the thing on Rayburn, somebody's gonna have a 24, 25-pound bag, and then they're gonna have 17 or 18 the rest of the week.
They need to average about 21. That's probably about right.
Yeah, I would take that. What about Brandon Belt the following week? 3-day team tournament, the biggest sticks on Sam Rayburn. What does it take? So that's a 3-day event. What does it take to win the Brandon Belt tournament?
And the fish just got hammered the week before.
And Steve, it's Rayburn. I don't know if them fish ever
You don't think it matters?
They don't ever get a break. No. I would say for that, not a whole lot more. I would say 23 maybe a day.
It's going to depend on if it warms up, isn't it?
Now, here's you said talk about them getting hammered. That Brandon Belt is off limits Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. There's no practice the week of. Thursday is game day 1. No practice Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So fish have 3 days.
When you come off the water Sunday.
Yeah. So instead of 2,500 boats on the water Monday through Wednesday, there'll be 2,000 boats on the water Monday through Wednesday. Yeah. So. But anyway, Marshall, man, congratulations on the win. You need to go deposit that check. You said you still hadn't deposited that check yet.
Yeah, I left it at home this morning. I got to go back.
Yeah, make sure you take care of that, man. Marshall, good luck the rest of the year. And, hey, we appreciate you being on Tackle Talk Live. And good luck at the Toyota as well. And Brandon Belt, everything. We'll see. Hopefully we'll see you out there.
All right. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you, Marshall.
Thanks, man.
Marshall Hughes. And appreciate Marshall coming on with us today. Kevin, you got the final results there real quick.
I do, of course.
The Bass Champs.
First place, Marshall Hughes, Cole Stewart, 28-24 with a 10-25 big fish. Second place, Danny Isles, Brian Shook with 26-13.
Have they ever got a check before?
Oh, yeah, 1 or 2.
Sorry, Danny, had to throw that in there.
Had a 10-26 big bass. Third place, Robert Dukes and Raymond Rollins from right here, Hineston, Louisiana, had 25-06. Fourth place, some guy by the name of Harold Allen and Matt Loescher.
He's a pretty good stick.
He's cashed a check or two with 24.89. They had the Skeeter bonus all the way down in fourth place, so they won an additional almost $5,000.
Really? That's the highest place Skeeter?
Yes, fourth place.
Really?
Fifth place, Chris Wilson, Brian Lower for 23.66. Sixth place, Brandon Meyer, Ben Matsubu, 22.38. Seventh place, Matthew Dorks and Michael Dorks, 21.55. Going all the way down to 10th place was 19.59 pounds. The last check was 28th place with 16.24. So took 16.24 to get a check. They had 9 bags over 20 pounds. They had 14 bags over 19.
So to make top 10, you basically had to have 20 pounds. If you wasn't in
10th place was 19.59.
Exactly. So, wow, they bit. They bit. So of course, Bass Champs, you're gonna get the best of the best in those team deals, and congratulations to all you guys that had a great weekend over there. A lot of guys caught fish too. I looked all the way down.
Yeah.
A lot of bags anywhere from 12 to 17.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And but anyway.
It's going to be interesting this week. Got a little rain. for the MLF guys.
Yeah.
Over there. So got a little rain. It's been cool. It's going to get a little cooler tonight and tomorrow.
Right.
But I don't think anything has messed those fish up. Day one, I could see a 24, 25-pound sack getting weighed.
Well, presently at Rayburn, for all you guys, this is as of today, Tuesday. The lake is 3.44 feet low right now. It's at 160.96, and capacity is 164.4. So anyway, so it's down 3.5 feet. And actually, Toledo Bend's almost exactly down the same number, 3.45 if I looked at it right. And so both Rayburn and Toledo, they're down a little bit. But
it was interesting to hear him say the trap bite had fell off a little bit. I'm wondering if those staging fish just the next group didn't move up because it's been so cold, or what happened to the trap bite, if it was just that morning deal after that front.
And he said the wind quit too.
The wind quit, and then they caught them. So
yeah, but they did catch them. Of course, they were dragging or whatever they were doing, but maybe the trap bite just completely shut down.
Before we jump to Toledo Bend, let's just kind of, talk a little bit about the pro circuit coming up. You got Nick LeBrun, Dickie Newberry, Clark Ream. You can go down the line of who's who. Sam Rayburn.
Yep.
Fishing over there that pro circuit this week.
Castledine.
No, Castledown's not fishing.
Tom's not fishing this.
No, he's not fishing the pro circuit.
What about Andrew?
No. Andrew? No, they're just doing the opens.
Oh, okay.
But like I said, you can go to Newberry, Nick LeBrun, Clark Ream. A couple more of the older couple. The older.
Collins?
No, it's ML Pro Circuit. It's OFLW series. It's OFLW.
Yeah, you're talking Despino,
Randy Despino, Justin Cooper, Cameron Madison.
Yeah.
Colby Miller. I can go down the line with,
right.
And I'm just routing off V&M guys off the top of my head. But anyway, a lot of these guys have qualified around. Know Rayburn, know it well. Going to be interested to see the bags come in this week for sure. So.
Yeah, and Nick has always been a guy that does really well this time of year there. He'd be a guy you might want to be a little
absolutely
concerned about.
Nick, this is his wheelhouse this time of year, this weather. On Rayburn, he can catch them with a trap, he can catch them with a football jig, you name it, and he loves Rayburn. This is when he started the Big Laboon a couple years ago over there.
Is Aaron Johnson fishing this, AJ?
No, they have to qualify for this.
Okay, well, I didn't know if he could qualify. I know he's trying to move up. I don't
think AJ. I'm pretty well. He might be, but I don't think AJ.
I'm not too sure. I may.
But all of the Bass Pro Tour guys are fishing it too. Like Randall Tharp's over there. Right. A lot of those Bass Pro guys, Bass Pro Tour guys, are over there as well. Faircloth, Todd Faircloth, is fishing. So
he's always a threat.
Oh gosh, yeah,
that's his backyard.
So So anyway, it's going to be an interesting week this week. Then we have Brandon Belt coming up next week. That probably the biggest tournament of the year on Sam Rayburn. Team tournament with $100,000. So anyway, going to be a big couple of weeks coming up on Sam Rayburn for sure.
All right, we're going to take another quick break and recognize a few more of our sponsors, and when we return, we're going to have Dakota Posey and Trent Buckholz with us for fresh off Toledo Bend win. And when we return with more Tackle Talk Live.
Are you looking for the finest custom-built rods ever made? Then look no further than Pride Rods. Fishing rods built to last and made in Montgomery, Texas. Constructed by Mr. Billy Kistler with the finest Gary Loomis North Fork composite blanks available. They offer a complete line of both spinning and casting rods for both fresh and salt water. Pride Rods do more than pass the eye test. They excel in performance as well. Ask your local tackle dealer if they carry Pride Rods and pick one up and try it for yourself. You'll see why so many anglers are using Pride Rods. To learn more, go to priderods.com or call 832-418-6040. The next time you're headed for Toledo Bend or Sam Rayburn, stop by Keith's Toledo Bend Tackle. They have an awesome supply of everything you'll need to catch the big ones. Whether your trip calls for bass fishing, white perch tackle, catfish bait, or the ultimate fighting shiners, Keith's Tackle has you covered. Keith and former Elite Series pro Ben Matsubu also have the latest information on what, how, and where you need to be fishing on Sam Rayburn or the Bend. So for all your tackle needs, check out Keith's Toledo Bend Tackle, located just off Highway 21 on the Texas side of Toledo Bend, or call 409-625-0181. The The Lakes Insurance Agency is an independent insurance agency that has been taking care of Texans' insurance needs for over 25 years, offering auto, homeowners, boat, RV, life, health, and commercial insurance. Owner Clark Moore is a local guide and tournament angler who understands your insurance needs and wants to be your go-to guy for all your insurance needs. For a free quote, give him a call and see why so many Texans trust the Lake Insurance Agency. Located at 805 Southeast Stalling Suite 3, Nacogdoches, Texas, or call 936-205-4467. You're watching Tackle Talk Live, a show dedicated to making you a better angler. Now back to the guys with all the inside scoop, Kevin Jean and Steve Graff.
Welcome back to Tackle Talk Live, and we're here for the second half of the show. We've got on the phone with us, we're going to head from Sam Rayburn, drive about 30 miles to the east, and we're going to get on Toledo Bend with two guys that just came over there on the college series. It's the MLF Abu Garcia College Series Tournament, first one of the year. Dakota Posey and Trent Buckholz are our special guests right now. Hey, guys, we appreciate you taking the time to be with us, and, hey, great job this weekend.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having us, for sure.
So Lamar State College in Orange.
That's what I wanted to ask, because I know Lamar University, but so is this just a branch of Lamar?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's a 2-year school.
Okay. I didn't know. I didn't even know it existed. So
we get that a lot.
The tournament was Friday. It was a one-day tournament on Friday, correct?
Yes, sir.
And Friday is the day that the horrible stuff just blew in. So it was pretty rough. I know it was cold at takeoff. So bite was down a little bit. They didn't bite as well as I kind of thought they would have. You guys won it with 16-15, right at 17 pounds. Kind of take us, before we get to the tournament, kind of take us through practice and, kind of walk us through your practice, how it went that week, kind of what y'all were feeling going into the tournament.
I knew it was going to take some work, take some practice to do decent in this tournament. And so we went up there the week prior, and first day found out a pretty good pattern, caught 16 pounds, around 16 pounds. And next day we went out and looked pretty deep and couldn't find nothing. And so we just fished 2 days that week. And then we come back and fish Monday. And we finally found some deep fish, probably it was 35 foot of water on an A-rig. And we caught 20 fish, like bam, bam, bam. And we just had one non-keeper. So we felt pretty good about that spot. And then we just ran our pattern throughout the week a little bit more and hit a couple more spots. And every time we pull up somewhere, we catch a 3.5 to 4 pounder. I don't know how many solid fish we caught that week. And then, we got Thursday is when the cold front started coming in, and it got cold. But we stayed on the water all day and eliminated some more water and kind of narrowed down what we're going to do on tournament day, and then went out there on tournament day.
Did your pattern hold up, guys, for the tournament? When the weather changing on Thursday, did that pattern hold up?
Yeah, let's talk more about this pattern.
It did. It held up pretty good, actually.
Yeah, we were kind of worried about it. In practice, we ran this pattern, and it was up shallow, less than 10 foot of water, and we ran it up early in the week. And, of course, the cold front, we had some bands come in Wednesday evening, and then Thursday it got real cool. And like that, the water chimped down a few degrees, and so we kind of worried about that. That was our main thing because, coming into this event, we like cranking, we like Carolina rigging, so we really thought that this was going to be, a deep deal. And then we got on the shallow pattern, and then these cold fronts coming in, we're kind of worried about it. And, we got off them fish. We didn't want to, yank on any of them fish we might need tournament day with this pattern. And so Wednesday and Thursday, we tried looking out deep and just couldn't find a whole lot. So we only had that pretty much going for us going into tournament day.
Steve, I'll be the first to admit, you was giving me props a while ago on me being right.
Yeah.
I was completely off on this one. I never. You two just went way off of what I would ever expected to hear you say. I was number one, because we don't have any vegetation. We don't have any grass on top. We don't have anything. I was not ready to hear shallow.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We weren't either. coming like Tuesday or going into tournament day, we weren't ready. We weren't ready.
It was the pattern that we were on. What we were fishing, the structure we were fishing had more to do with it than where we were fishing at.
Right.
Yeah. On what they were holding on.
Soft plastics or hard baits?
Hard baits, 100%. Crankbaits, flat sides, like 5XD, the new cheek magnet that came out from Strike King.
Yeah.
They got some up there and some of them tackle stores up there by Toledo. And then a jerk bait, the gold spray jerk bait.
Yeah. Well, so my question is, are you guys normally south of the bridge guys or are you north of the bridge guys?
Well, normally, are you talking about for this weekend? Yeah, we're all over. Normally, we're south of the bridge guys, but this week we were all over the place.
Okay, now you're making more sense with the shallow thing then.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're starting to make a little sense here. So, all right, so we went through practice. Let's go through tournament day.
All right. Yeah. So
how cold was it at takeoff Friday morning?
How cold? Yeah, that morning about 22 degrees.
Yeah,
It was low 20s.
It was low 20s. It was somewhere around that ballpark. Low 20s. It might heat it up to around 40. I'm not sure, but I know it's low 20s for sure.
And that makes it rough on Toledo Bend.
Yeah, sir. We had the whole bottom of the boat, like down in the boat. We had waves come over, and it iced over. I mean, we were slipping, just trying to get up out of the seats and trying to net fish and move around the boat. It was just where we were ice skating over there in the boat. I mean, it was bad.
That just don't sound like fun to me no more.
Yeah, well, we kind of started having second thoughts right when we got out there, but we kind of got over.
It's amazing how you warm up when you start catching fish, isn't it?
Well, it didn't happen too quick for sure.
Well, take us through the rest of the day. Got out there freezing cold.
Yes, sir. So he let us out. Tournament director let us out around about 8 o'clock, and we were doing it at 3:30. So we're like, the wind was kind of calm over there by Cypress, and at least over there. And we're like, okay, well, we wanted to get a limit in the boat, because that's when we fish better. Is when we got 5 in the well, and you go throughout the tournament day, just like most tournament anglers. So we wanted to go hit that A-rig spot we hit Monday. Didn't hit it ever since. And, just to try to get a good solid limit. And we get out there and the waves, like, it's just somebody turned on a fan. And, we get down, we put Ultrex, and we weren't live scoping or anything. We have it, but we weren't using it. We're just finding the shad, finding the fish, and, throwing down and getting it down there. Well, the wind picked up, put on spot lock, and we're taking waves. I mean, spot lock's working, and we got waves coming over the boat, and it's just hard. And we're trying to throw A-rigs and swim baits into the wind and stuff like that, and it's a mess. And we're like, you know what? We gotta do something. So with us, this might make more sense. We had the shallow deal going. That was our pattern. We kind of took our foot off of it Wednesday and Thursday just because, we didn't want to yank on any fish. We knew that's one of the only things we had going for us going tournament day. So we're like, this time of year, I learned is that, with the shallow stuff, if you hit it too early, you can hit it real quick early in the day, wipe it out of your mind, and you never go back to it. And later in the day, it might be on. So we really wanted to give ourselves plenty enough time to, hit our shallow stuff, run our pattern, but we didn't want to hit too early. So we're, our A-rig spot was south of Cypress Bend, I'll say that, and then we're running up the lake. And, there's this one point I want to hit right there by Creek Swing, and we, we're running up the lake, and, Trent pointed over there. I shook my head, had a motorcycle helmet on, shook my head, and we went right there, and, we drug around a little bit. Right, dude, like, this ain't working. And, because we knew we were just confident enough. We're like, we'll hit different stuff and give our shallow stuff more time. We're like, anything before 11 o'clock's a bonus for sure. Yeah. And that's my mindset coming into it. And so, there's this bluff wall, and, a lot of people.
We had called them pre-fishing on a bluff wall.
Yeah.
Why
right. And not this one, but, we just saw this bluff wall, and we're like, shoot, we'll hit it. And nobody was on it. Wind was blowing up on it. It was like, nobody would really probably think to hit it. So we're going down it, throwing A-rigs, throwing crankbait stuff, and, I'm dragging a jig, break off on that. I go tie another jig on and Trent, he's throwing a 5XD, pretty standard this time of year. He's throwing a 5XD, and he's throwing it. He hooks up with a 3-pounder right there by the boat, flips it in. We're like, okay, that'll work. And he puts on spot lock, and I go tie a jig on, and then all of a sudden he pulls in one. He's like, oh, it's a good one. So he hooks in. It doesn't come up, and we see his line start running behind the boat because we're throwing the back of the boat at this point. And, you know, we run to the back of the boat, and we're slipping, sliding down in the boat, trying to run back there, and we just had a big mess going on. And we finally netted it, and it was a 4.5, and we're like, that'll work.
So this is in the same spot.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, he caught that through.
So Steve, in my mind, they were right there at Cypress Bend. They run north. So in my mind, I'm thinking Bluff Walls.
Yeah.
Going towards Pendleton.
Right.
So anyway,
and my deal, guys, you know, I pretty much know what you're talking about. A lot of people probably do, but I catch a lot of Kentuckies. Did you catch a lot of Kentuckies along there?
Mm-hmm.
We caught
we caught a few, but it was later, like after this. I mean, we just hit them. They were just loaded up in one little sweet spot. We're probably throwing up in 10 foot, and he's, you know, 5XD goes about 15 foot. So I mean, he's cranking it down there, and we were surprised. Like he didn't. I mean, there's a lot of junk down there, and
so 5XD cranking. You caught him shallow in practice. So you got a 4 and a 3 in a boat. And Trent, I'm going to ask you this question: Did we go shallow and catch any more?
Yes, sir. We did. We left that bluff. We had 3 keepers in the boat. We had a 4-some, a 3-some,
and then like a 14 and
like one right over 14. So we decided let's just go finish our limit. We knew we can go catch some.
It's about 10:30 at this point, so you know we kind of gave it a good bit of time to go.
Yeah, and then during pre-fishing, we had one spot where we caught a 4 and a 2.5 and got off of it. So we ran up there and first couple of casts, my line just goes slack with that chick magnet, and I just lean into it, and it didn't even move. I was like, dude, it's a big one, man.
Steve, you heard him say chick magnet.
Yeah,
he gave the bait up. He didn't mean to, but he gave the bait up.
I said it earlier.
Oh, okay, all right.
Well, so my question.
That was a 5.5. We got her in, and then that pattern held up.
So really, y'all had multiple things working: deep crankbaits, shallow crankbaits, A-rig. I mean, I wouldn't call it trash fishing, but you know, you were using multiple baits.
That's what I like to do. I like to go around.
Yeah, we kind of knew, like I said, like we knew our stuff probably wouldn't heat up till 11. So if it was still on, like I said, we didn't hit it for a few days. So we were just going on the fly, hitting deep stuff, hitting bluff walls, hitting points, and you know, just trying to run into them at this point. Before 11, we're like, anything right now is a bonus. So we're thinking, okay, we got a 5, 5.5, then we got 4, 3, and 1 little 14.25. So we're like, okay, we're feeling good, but you know, we still want to fill in the limit, then want to do a little bit better. So we run up, you know, by Pendleton Bridge, you know, what we're calling in practice, and didn't do a whole lot. Trent, he caught 1 on the chick magnet, didn't do us anything. It was 13.25. So we run up even more and kept running our pattern up shallow, and he was throwing chick magnet, and then I picked up the gold spro jerk bait. I think it was a mixed stick. I don't know what color. And we started throwing that across. I mean, there's a bunch of scattered boulders across this one dock, and caught 1. It was 2.5, and this is like it filled in our limit. And at this time, it was like 130, or no, it was like 115. And we're like, okay, well now we just got a limit. So we run a little bit more, run by a bridge, and we're throwing the same things, and then I finally hooked up with 1, and I mean, this was the one that put us ahead. I mean, load into it never came up. He netted it, another 2.5, pulled out our smallest one. So we got about 2 for 2.5, and then the 5, the 4, and the 3, and that goes by that right at 17. So in our minds at this point, we're just feeling the limit. It's 1:30 in the day. We're due in at 3:30, and we're still thinking, okay, we're 1 bite away.
At this point, you don't think you have it won. I mean, especially when it took 23 the weekend before when Fishers and men when it was blowing 50.
Right.
And we kind of based our weights off that. I mean, we're like, these kids, like, I know a lot of people are going to look at the weights, and, you know, I'm kind of like sometimes, I think, 17 pounds, not a whole lot, especially on Toledo Bend, but just with the
that was brutal. No, that was brutal conditions. There's no doubt about it.
Oh, yeah. And so I just think, I'm like, dude, I mean, these kids, I mean, especially the college kids, they definitely got they're really good. And we definitely didn't think we had enough. We're like, okay, like someone's probably got 18, 19, 20 at least. And so we're thinking we're one good bite away, 6-pounder, and we might lock it up. And so we run our stuff some more, and, it's getting through 2:30, 3 o'clock, and we hit that one more point where he caught the 5.5 bet. Didn't do anything. We go headed in. We're like, so win an event, and I'm pretty sure almost every guy will say this that wins an event, you have to have everything go right for you.
Oh, yeah.
And everybody knows it. Y'all know it. Everybody knows it. We had everything go right for us, but it wasn't one of the deals where we're like, we had 5-pounders and we knew.
Yeah, you didn't know. You didn't know you had it won. I mean, you're not going to think you haven't won with right at 17 pounds going.
Right.
Yeah, we're like, we might make the national cut. Yeah. We might get top 10, or hopefully. And
so saying that, you guys did win the event. You had won $2,000, and that also qualifies you for the MLF National Championship, which is next year, correct?
Yes, sir. In March.
March of 2023.
Yes, sir.
So you've already qualified for it. Now, so going into, because this is a Southern Conference event, how many more tournaments are in the Southern Conference?
So we got 2 more. We got one on Rayburn in March,
Okay.
March 11th, I believe. Then we got one, fast forward several months, in Lake of the Pines in November, and that'll be it for them 2 conference.
So it's total of 3 events.
3 events. Toledo, Rayburn, then Lake of the Pines. So you guys are sitting in the driver's seat for ALY with your home lake. Well, somewhat your home lake, Sam Rayburn, coming up. So setting real well for sure.
Oh yeah, no, we definitely wanted to at least qualify. We definitely didn't think if we were gonna win one. Definitely didn't think it'd probably be Toledo Bend, but we we're looking good right now, and so it took the pressure off us for to make the national cut. So now we're just gonna swing for the fences on the next 2 for sure.
Well, you guys are heading for an awesome place in November at Lake of the Pines. That's another great lake that you will really enjoy. It's a great place to go fishing.
Good time of year.
Oh, yeah.
It was fun. We went back in June.
Yeah.
It was pretty.
Yeah, they caught them. The lake was like 6 foot high back in June.
Yeah.
There's 97 boats. We had 20 pounds and like 2 ounces.
Yeah.
We got 13th.
Yeah.
We finished 1 ounce cut for that.
It's a quality lake. All right, man.
Oh, yeah.
Guys, we appreciate y'all. Dakota, Trent, thank you, man. Congratulations. Good luck at Rayburn coming up. And
congrats, guys.
And
yes, sir. Thank y'all for having us.
Hey, no problem. We're looking forward to seeing y'all down the road. Thank you, man.
Yes, sir. Sounds good.
Dakota Posey and Trent Buckholz. We appreciate them. They were the winners of the Abu Garcia Major League Fishing College First Series Tournament number 1 and on Toledo Bend. And, hey, they gave a lot of detail there, Kev. Of course, they're not going to Toledo Bend anytime soon, so they really kind of threw it all out there.
Well, he had me all kind of. I was messed
Either
up.
That, they were running us on a wild goose chase.
When he said shallow in practice was their pattern, I just spun out myself.
Yeah.
Sitting here, I never expected to hear that right now. But knowing he went north, that does help my feelings a little bit. But also they caught a 5 and a 3.5 on an A rig. On a bluff wall there, so it wasn't completely shallow. But interesting to hear the pattern they have figured out. I definitely did not expect to hear that.
Before we get to the upcoming tournaments real quick, want to promote Toledo Healthcare, the Boat Shop, 3J's 4-Way, Pride Rods, Keys Toledo Bend Tackle, and the Lakes Insurance Agency. And Kevin and I have been making a big blunder for the last two weeks for sure. We're giving you the wrong location of the new location for Lakes Insurance. It's in Broadus, which I think Kevin said that the first time. I might have tried to correct him and said Brooklyn. I don't know. Again, Kevin might have been right again. I don't know. But we got it right this time. So, Lakes Insurance, we appreciate you guys. Broadus, Texas, and Nacogdoches. That's the 2 locations now. So, if you're heading over to that way, check them out.
Yeah, Emily Sanders, the new manager there at the Broadus location. So, go in and tell Emily we sent you, all the guys. Tackle Talk Live sent you.
Yeah. So, don't go to Brooklyn. Go to Broadus.
Yes.
But anyway, upcoming events.
Well, hold on, Steve. Real quick, let's get the results for the finishing of the
college series.
The college series right there on Toledo Bend. Lamar State College Orange first place. Second place, Tarleton State University. They had 16-12. So
close.
It was close. Third place, Texas A&M University Commerce had 16 even. Fourth place, Louisiana Tech University had 15-7. Fifth place was Lamar State College Orange again. So Lamar State College Orange finished first and fifth. Fifth place was Brett, forgive me here, Frizio. And Jack Tyndall. I know Jack was on him good. The week before, his dad caught a 9 on Toledo Bend while they were practicing. So I know he was on some really good fish and was expecting to do well and did well with fifth, but them conditions just kind of got everybody there. But, rounding out the top 10, Louisiana Christian University finished 7th. East Texas Baptist finished 9th. 10th place, Northwestern State University. So top 10 qualify for the National Championship 2023.
Oh, okay.
So...
Well, that's good.
All
Northwestern
those guys
State
will be
represented
making
there, right here in our hometown.
Correct.
And so congratulations to all you guys that made it. And, hey, get ready for the next one, guys. I'm sure they'll have a great turnout. Do you know how many exactly turned out for that?
I don't know the
I'm sure they had a good turnout. College Series they usually have a really good turnout. So also coming up January 29th, Outlaw Team Series number 1.
This Saturday.
That's this Saturday.
Yeah.
Yep, the 29th. And then the 30th on Sunday, Lone Star Bass Trail has their first tournament of the year.
And guys, make sure you follow the Lone Star Bass Trail Facebook page. They'll keep you updated with all the tournaments they have coming up. They do have a lot of they have different style tournaments. They do the MLF style format tournaments, they do the Ironman tournaments, so on and so forth. Like and follow Lone Star Bass Trail on their Facebook page for keep updated with all their tournaments.
Yes, and then on February 3rd and 5th, like Kevin has already kind of alluded to, maybe the biggest tournament of the year, especially the first half of the year, the Brandon Belt tournament. It's going to be huge turnout. Possibly 400 boats will be in that particular event.
I think he said he's like 10 or 15 short. I talked to Ryan a couple days ago. He's about 10 or 15 boats short. Now, this was a couple days ago. He might be at the 400 mark. So payout, first place $100,000. Second place is $50,000.
Yeah.
I'll be over there fishing. Look forward to the event. And let me say this.
Do you know if this will be a trailer event?
The first 2 days are trailering events because there's 400 boats. So the first day is Thursday. So Thursday and Friday is a trailering event. Saturday, top 20, I believe, takes off out of Umphrey.
Okay.
So a little different style format, but when you have 400 boats, you have to do, you got to do a little.
So they
different.
cut to the top 20 after day 2.
Correct.
Yeah,
Correct.
okay.
I'll be anxious to see how many of the MLF guys hang around for that. MLF Pro Circuit is this week over there. Starts Thursday. Today's their last day of practice. Thursday the tournament starts. I know one is Justin Cooper is because he's fishing with me, so he's got to hang around. I'll be anxious to see how many of them guys hang around.
Money, there's going to be a bunch of them hang around probably. So and also real quick, if you're not registered for Bass Cash Bash, do so. If you're fishing Rayburn and Toledo Bend, Caddo Lake, Lake of the not Lake of the Pines, Lake Fork, and then all you Alabama guys over there, Gunnersville and Pickwick now has been added on there. The Coosa River, hey, guys, South Louisiana, hey, sign up. I mean, come on, guys. It's just we're talking. You can sign for $100 and be on all the lakes. You're covered just for a $100 bill. It's well worth your time. And again, you've got an opportunity to catch not just tag fish from this year, but the previous years. If you bring in an old tag, you're going to win probably a new rod, pair of sunglasses, just really nice prizes. You're still going to win, even if it's not this year's fish that's been tagged. So any tag fish will get you paid as long as you sign up. So don't be that guy that didn't sign up. Also, ABAs, again, you got the Open Series coming up, guys, starting in March. Well, some of them may be starting in February. I think these Texas may be starting in February. The Solo Tour starts in March at Texoma, then they go to Eufaula, then they come back to finish up at Rayburn. And so if you're looking to sign up for that, numbers are starting to come up on those, and people are starting to register for those. A lot going on right now, so guys are kind of focused on what's going on. But I look for the ABAs, the Open Series, especially with the Ray Scott Championship coming to Red River next April. It's going to be in our backyard next year. So be a lot of guys in this region that will fish the Opens and maybe the Solos to try to qualify for that as well. So, Kevin, that's all I got.
I think it does it for today. Good luck to all the guys over there fishing the pro circuit this week, especially V&M guys. Be anxious to see results from that. You know, first couple of days. I think they're really going to catch them. So look for it. And they start live on day 1. Last year they did not. So MLF is live, has the live footage starting Thursday on day 1. So you can check that out on the MLF app or website.
And if you end up going out there and following some of these guys, give them room, okay? Give them room. Don't be on top of them. Let them do their thing. And please, don't fish the holes that they're fishing. Let them. These guys have got a lot of money on the line. They're trying to make a living doing this. You can go back the next weekend, mark it with your GPS, whatever. Come back the next week, or even 3 days after the tournament. I don't care when you do it, but just don't do it while the tournament's going on. It makes our area look bad. I don't like that. But anyway, that's my soapbox for today. Hey, check us out on our YouTube. Make sure you hit subscribe. That way you'll get notifications as to when we're going to be on again. Of course, we're on every Tuesday, 11:30, right here, Tackle Talk Live. And Kevin, I guess that's going to wrap us up.
Wraps us up for the week.
We appreciate you tuning us in. Check us out. Spread the word. Share this with other people. Let other guys know what's going on. And every week we'll keep you up to date of everything going on Sam Rayburn and Toledo Bend. Every week right here on Tackle Talk Live. We'll see you next week.